once again, there is more bullshit coming out of the mouths of pseudoscientists. Now, as someone that has actually published a thesis on gravity, I can tell you that most scientists either exaggerate or outright lie about what the advancements are going to be, if there's going to be any at all. Here's an example. When you watch the NASA channel or Discovery or things like that, they always make it out like we're going to have cyborgs and androids, which there's a difference, and other science fiction type things within the next 100 years. It could take hundreds, not 100, hundreds plural of years for that to happen. Hell, it could take thousands. And given the mode of production of capitalism, it's probably going to take the thousands. Now that we understand this, why then are they always so optimistic about technology and never ever mention the consequences of that technology? Let's even say that they are correct, that it is ultimately good and it is ultimately more positive than it is negative. But they still do not mention the negative, and there is going to be negative. Why is that? Well, the simple truth is they wouldn't make any money if they did that. Nobody would, donate to their execution of these advancements. No one would donate to the study and the research needed to make these advancements if they heard bad news. Scientists have taken me aside and told me this flat out. That's why you don't see me on the NASA channel. That's why you don't see me giving seminars at college campuses, because I'm too realistic. I don't even want to say dark, because it's not dark, it is just realistic. Realistically, we are not going to achieve much of anything even if the technology is there. Because as long as we have shitty people along with the technology, what good is going to come of it? Look at the internet. The internet is a good thing. Being able to have unlimited information is a very good thing. But are moderators a good thing? Are adware and viruses and fucking con men that are looking for every opportunity to take your credit card information a good thing? Are fucking the useless bloatedware they put on the computer before you even buy it a good thing? Is the fact that they purposely make this shit break down after like a year or two, when it's a battery out of goddamn mercury and could last decades, and on top of that, it has a fucking wire that you can plug into the wall and have a perpetual energy source for it? Is that a good thing, that they purposely have planned obsolescence of the tech? There are all these qualities that make it bad. This is not necessarily because the technology is bad, but people are bad, and that has to be put in the equation. You have to take human dickery into account. And scientists don't want to do that. Because if they do that, they don't make any fucking money, because humans are dicks and make us have to do things through money. It all comes back to capitalism. It all comes back to moderators, because that is the way society is right now. Doesn't mean it has to continue to be that way. Doesn't mean we shouldn't put a bullet in their head. That would solve things right there. But that is the way it is now. And it's not going to get any better. Robots is not going to make that better. Space travel is not going to make that better. It might even make it worse, because then they will have new means to do those things. Moderators will... Let's put it this way. All this talk about like brain waves in the computer. Do you really want to know that you as the person, you, this identity, is in the computer system, is in the matrix, and there's fucking moderators? They fucking ban and harass and slander you now. Let alone when your identity, you as a thing, is inside of there for them to control. Are you fucking stupid? Now, what does all of this have to do with the article that I was going to link to about parallel universe theory? Well, it has to do with the fact that moderators banned me for saying the exact same shit I have published in my thesis on gravity. The same exact thing I said about gravity on published material that scientists agreed with got me banned from multiple science forums. Because moderators are just that way. They love ignorance. Only they're allowed to speak. Fuck everybody else. Even when it's unlawful to do that. Because, hey, he's saying it's unlawful, I'm gonna ban him. He can't say it's unlawful if he's banned, right? I'm just gonna keep committing crimes until there's a gun in my mouth. So, that's just the way they are. And they're not gonna fucking stop until they're dead or in jail. And what that has to do with the parallel universe theory, it was the same way I talked about gravity, I talked about parallel universes as well. Parallel universe theory is just bullcrap. It really is. There is no evidence to support that there is a parallel universe of any sort. Now, there is the idea that this universe can go through multiple reincarnations, if you want to put it that way. The fact is, the way the Big Bang Theory works is that it has to implode if it exploded. Expansion, repression. That is the way all things work. And it would stand to reason that we would not be able to measure this expansion and this regression. So it is infinitely expanding and regressing. Constantly in, out, in, out. Now, this means that the parallel universe is this universe. Technically, it is one universe in, out, infinitely. And under those infinite times, that could also explain phenomena such as deja vu, such as precognition, because it is still the same universe. It is still observation within the same, 4 dimensions, and it's just going in and out. And this explains a lot of things, actually. On top of it, it also contradicts the idea of universes outside of our own, because there cannot be something out. There cannot be something from nothing. How is there going to be something here, nothing everywhere else, but then something in between it? You would have to have this something, nothing, something. That it just doesn't work that way. All things must exist within something, the singularity. If it does not exist within the singularity, it's not fucking there. And the singularity can expand, the singularity can regress, but it is still the singularity. Now, under those conditions, the singularity will change somewhat, not by much, only within the paradigm of what the singularity could do to begin with. This means that there is no fantasy universe where the laws of physics are just upside down. This also means that we're never going to find a parallel universe. We are only confined to our universe. This also means that ultimately we are alone. We are stuck within the paradigm of that singularity. This is all there is. And whether it goes in or whether it goes out or whatever, that is it. And that ultimately means everything that has happened, has already happened, is going to happen, and it's just the same bullshit over and over and over again. It's just constant bullshit. It's not the nicest way to put it, but that is the way it is. And that's the problem I have getting in these interviews and getting on campuses and things like that, is that type of talk does not get your shit paid for. It does not. Nobody wants to throw money to hear that ultimately nothing's really that great. It's just mediocre. But that's science. That's real science. If you're really interested in science, you're going to come to terms with that. You're going to be fine with that because, hey, at least it's the discovery. At least we can make life better in the short term. At least we can make things more comfortable and easier for everybody. That is the ambition of a real scientist. Not to make Star Wars. Not to make fucking Firefly or some other bullshit. We're not looking for the fantastical. We're looking for shit to make things better. You know what would make things better? A fucking wire, a simple wiring difference on a laptop that doesn't make it come out whenever it wants to, because instead of making plastic around it, you make a little hook that when it goes inside like a dick in a penis, it expands like that and it stays in there tight. And then on the outside there's a button you can press to make it compress, and you take it out. In, out. That's it. Now you don't have to worry about your computer unplugging and it dying and fucking blacking out because, ooh, it wasn't plugged in for 10 minutes. Or another example, fucking shoot moderators in the back of the head. That would make the world 10 times fucking better. So, yes, there are practical means available to make the world a better place, but that does not mean things will ever be amazing. It's not something that you're going to write this fantastic book about and it's spectacular and you're the main hero and you're going to get all the pussy. That's never going to fucking happen. And the sooner people can accept that, the sooner things will actually get better. This video is already going on 10 minutes, so I'm done.